Hi guys, it's Blackie. Okay, let me pass on a little bit of wood lore to you. Trees shed their leaves for a purpose. I was talking to someone at my gathering and we were discussing that, and they didn't see the connection, but let me bring this connection up to you. Trees, plants, and etc. utilize photosynthesis. We learned that in school. And what this means is the tap roots and the root system down the ground extracts nutrients and water from it, pumps it up through the tree like sucking through a big straw all the way out to the end of the limbs, where they either have needles if it's a conifer or broad leaves if it's some other type of tree or bush. And inside that leaf they perform the act of photosynthesis. This is where they do the chemistry to transfer it into something that they can use for food. Okay? When the season gets advanced enough, those leaves are now a little old and they're not working as well, so they shed them. Most people think of that as a waste product, but it has a purpose as well. Where do these leaves shed? To the forest floor, usually around the very tree that created it. Well, as it does, it creates a bed at the base of the tree. And that bed is the nutrients that made up that leaf decomposing. The leaf bed holds moisture at the base of the tree to guarantee the tree has a food source and a water source. And it's also a thermal barrier to help insulate the tree roots and keep them from freezing in extremely cold conditions. So leaves serve a purpose. So it's actually fertilizer for the tree. Think of it like the tree creates this leaf to utilize it as a food producer. And then when the season ends, rather than consuming it, it drops it where it becomes part of the barrier on the floor to capture and generate more moisture, more nutrients, more water. So it's recycling it. And so that's the reason when you find a tree in the wilderness, quite often for the same amount of time you find a same type tree planted in somebody's yard, the one in the wilderness will be bigger. Why? The leaves are falling at the base and forms that fertilizing, moisturizing, protective blanket. At home, we rake the leaves and get rid of the leaves. You're in essence robbing the nutrients from the tree that it worked so hard to produce. One of those little pieces of wood lore that when you look around you go, well, you know, that does kind of make sense, don't it? How does it apply to us bushcraft? The depth of the bed at the base of a tree we find out there in winter or in the wilderness is going to tell us a lot about that tree. If it grew rapidly, if it was very successful, it's in a good warm area, it's going to have a deeper bed, isn't it? Because it sheds fast. It's able to produce a big canopy and then shed. So the successful trees along the edge are going to have a deeper canopy, the one in the middle that's having to fight for sunlight. So if you're looking for debris to make a debris shelter, what do you look for? I look for the trees that are successful along the edge, because they're going to have the deepest bed of leaves. Okay? How about I'm looking for resources like grubs, worms, and etc. Look for those deep beds because of it. I'm looking for some place that isn't going to have a bunch of ants or bugs or whatever. Look for the one further into the forest that has a shallower leaf bed because there's not as much room and environment for those critters. That's how we apply this to bushcraft. Debris shelters. My little 2 cents, guys. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Until next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.